Hello again, it's Stefan, and again, just following up from my recording this morning, Friday, the 11th of August 2023. Completely forgot the month then, weird. Anyway, just following on, I've had a very active life, very interesting. I've done an awful lot of things. I'll just explain a little bit about my being in America. In 2001, I had been talking to a woman who was in Colorado, and we got on really, really well. In February of 2002, I moved over, and we got married. Not exactly a rational decision, but the fact is that I'm glad I did it, knowing what I ended up doing. But I think up until 2004, I was a very, very active man. Physically, I did an awful lot of things. I mentioned about the skydiving, hang gliding, and scuba diving, mountain biking, rock climbing, and being a pilot. But in 2004, in February of 2004, I noticed that my physical abilities were waning quite a lot. And I couldn't understand it, so I went to the doctors. The doctor sent me to hospital, and I went to a hospital called The Rose in Denver. Beautiful hospital. And a neurologist basically did 3 days of testing. I did everything from lumbar puncture, CAT scan, EEG. And eventually the neurologist came through and said, "There's no way of breaking this to you gently, Mr. Cairns, but you've got multiple sclerosis." I said, okay, I'll deal with it. And he said, "You can't deal with it. It's an incurable disease. And what I intend to do is to get you onto the medication as soon as possible." And I said, "I'm not taking drugs." I looked at him like he was well, I just said no, I wasn't going to take the actual drugs. He then accused me of being an absolute idiot. It seems like a common thing that's done. Joke. So he said, if you don't take the medication, you'll be in a wheelchair within 6 months. Strangely enough, I didn't. I never have taken any drugs. No medication whatsoever for multiple sclerosis. The only drug that I've taken is levothyroxine, which is for an underactive thyroid. And it's relatively benign. There's very little in terms of side effects. But I carried on working full time as the client service director for Dr. Hal Huggins for 7.5 years. And every time I drove past the hospital, I always put a bit of a finger up to the neurologist, who basically was no more than a drug pusher, in my point of view. Anyway, as I said, I've got a million things that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to do it now. I'll carry on next week. So I'll say bye-bye for now and continue on with this incredible story of my life, which I think is an incredible story. Take care. Bye for now.